Alright guys, welcome back, good morning. Hope you're all going well. The exposure is very high. That's okay. So pretty much what you would have just seen then is me waking up, weighing myself first thing in the morning. Just did a quick few rounds. I only showed one, but I did about 3. Then what I've done is I've gone and made myself a beautiful coffee straight out of the Revel Barista Express. Great coffee machine if you're wanting to invest. Then also I've prepped my breakfast. So my breakfast is, what we're going to do is, if I zoom out, I can put the macros like, I don't know, somewhere here or something. So it's 150 grams of lean red meat. It's normally rump steak. And then I do 150 grams of yellow capsicum. And that's pretty much it. No carbs for the first meal. So the idea there is no carbs in the morning, just to help with a little bit with mental clarity. Pretty much what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for a walk, because I do have a bit of a quieter day today. That's why I'm filming. So I'll go for a walk, get some steps in, and then we will be back and we'll be eating that meal one, and then we should be off to work. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so getting our steps in for the day. We want to clock up at least 3,000 this morning. Like I said earlier, a bit of a quieter day today, so getting these steps boxed off as quickly as possible is the best way to go. We're getting our water in this morning, so I like to try and put down at least a litre of water prior to the day starting. Obviously it's good, you know, electrolyte balance, and it's also good to get it in prior to my meal one. Helps fire up the digestion too. So we want to focus on hydration and electrolyte balance today. So that'll be salt, magnesium, potassium, all that jazz. We want to make sure we've got at least probably 2.5 litres down before we do start training. But we'll box off these steps and then we'll be back in the kitchen for meal one. Oh, fancy the camera all set up here like this for me. How convenient. So pretty much we'll run through what the plan of attack is for today. So we'll go through, obviously I'm going to eat my meal one now. Then we'll go to work. I've got a couple of PT sessions and some check-ins and all that jazz. And have to do some updates as well, some invoicing. Then we will get pre-workout meal in. We've got a pool session on the cards today, so we'll run through some of that. And then obviously I'll be eating, we'll go over some meals, why I'm doing things, some other topics here and there. Then tonight I actually have an infrared sauna booked in. First time doing that. We'll go through the benefits. I know some benefits of it. I don't know 100% of the benefits of what it's going to work out for me in my favor, but we'll see, and we'll go through all of that. But yeah, other than that, what we're going to do is I'm going to get my meal in now, and then I'll see you guys in a bit. So I just want to talk about my newfound love in prep. It's not really a newfound love. So during the off season, I never, ever used the air fryer, but legit now, who's going to get it? I legit use it for everything. So I've just put the steak and the capsicum in the air fryer, and like, it's a game changer. Everything I do is in this air fryer. Like, it just, if you haven't got an air fryer, And like, I don't know, I feel like you're just late to the party. Like, you should have an air fryer. You should just go purchase one. Kmart, I think they're about $79. I actually don't know where this one's from. This isn't the Kmart one. We do used to have a Kmart one. And we had it for about probably 2 years. And it just got a little bit worse for wear. Like, the basket was just like scraped and stuff from stuff sticking to it and us cleaning it. So we just got a new one. But if you haven't got an air fryer, you're missing out. Game changer for dieting, I'm telling you. Okay, so work is done. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a little chat. So just in regards to hydration, I'm always making sure I'm getting at least 2.5 to 3 litres of water down by the time I do train. Obviously, this is going to be to maximise performance, maximise pumps, and just making sure that electrolytes are always replenished and replaced. Another big factor of this is, which goes on most of my meals, is pink Himalayan sea salt. So I do about 2 grams on that with every meal. And then I also have low salt. So low salt, or heart salt in this case, is a potassium-based salt. It's just reduced sodium, but it's replaced with potassium in there. So I get about 1 gram of that in on all my meals as well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to eat my pre-workout meal. So pretty much pre-workout meal going in will be, if you can see it here, there's 150 grams of green beans, 100 grams of raw rice, 150 grams raw cooked chicken, and then I'll also do 20 grams of dark chocolate. Pretty much we're getting this in now. I want to sit here, do some work on the computer, do some updates, all that jazz, let the food digest, and then the next scene will be me getting my pre-workout in and watch a video. Hello, Isabel!
Sorry.
Okay, work all done. So we're gonna get pre-workout in. We're doing half a scoop disorder, half a scoop bulge, a quarter of a scoop of attention, all by Faction Labs. Giving it a go, seeing if it comes out alright. Tastes alright, so I can't really complain. Just watching a Joe Brightman video before I train. He's training push, even though I'm training back. But what we're gonna do is, I'll finish this up, we'll go down, and then we'll jump straight into the session. So this is the Nautilus Explode pull down. Most people would call this unilateral pull down. Sorry, just let me clip this on here. I know a lot of people in the UK call it the gym shop pull down, but I think that's just because in the UK, if they can't find the authentic Nautilus piece, they usually get a company called Gym Shop to make it. So pretty much the idea with this is just to bias the lat as best as possible. There's a few cues and techniques that you probably do need to take into account when performing it. So what we're going to do is, first things first, grabbing the handle. Full stretch like this is really not that important. You want to go into the best plane that you can. I do it, I rotate out, I come up. When I get to about here, it starts to get really tight. So thumbs out. When I get to here, like getting any higher than that is a hard cue. So generally that means my arm's going to stop here. I'm not going to go any higher than that. Higher than that, we lose complete tension of the lats. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to grab the handle. So like I said, first one, I always fully extend, but then coming in, slightly internally rotating, really driving that elbow into the hip. And then when you're here, slight trunk rotation is fine, nothing too crazy. As it starts to get heavier, this will become more prominent and it'll probably start to occur a lot more. And when we're here, we're going to come straight back up, stop at my range, which is there, pulling straight back down into the hip. So this should bias the lat very nicely. I feel like this is my favorite lat movement. Favorite piece of equipment as well. So what we'll do is we'll go through the range here. This is just a few warm-up sets. And the next clip you'll probably see is my top set. I think I'm going to go for about a 70 kilo top set. So we'll go from there. So I just recorded my top set and it wasn't filming, which is fabulous. So we'll jump into the back off. So pretty much what I said in the last clip was I do tend to start with my weaker side. So in most cases I am right-handed, but my weaker side is my right, and I think it's just because I utilise it more. So pretty much what I like to do is start with the right and just make sure we match the reps on the left.
So on that top set just then, I got 9 on the right, so I just matched 9 to the left, so probably could have gotten 10. From a bodybuilding standpoint, symmetry is super important, so I've got to make sure I don't overdevelop one side more than the other. But we'll jump into this back off. I'll start on the right side, move over to the left, and see where we go from there. Let's get the last rep. I was trying to pull in. I at least want it, hold the contraction, slowly eccentric, make sure I get the most out of it. Especially now, it's deep into prep. Those added reps will help a lot. Whew. Maybe 30 seconds to a minute rest between arms, especially during an isolateral movement. Central nervous system fatigue is still going to be there, so it makes this left side a little bit harder now. So what we'll do is rest a little bit, jump into the left side, and just try and match those reps. So realistically, 10, 11 forced, and we go from there. Woo. Fuck me. Just got to make sure I'm in this clip. So let's talk intra-workout carbs. So pretty much at the moment I'm having 25 grams of carbs from Gatorade. It's meant to be from cyclic dextrin. I am just waiting on cyclic dextrin to come in. So the idea behind, there's also 20 grams of EAAs in here as well. So the idea behind 25 grams of carbs is during my workout, it's to trigger an insulin response. The best way to explain this is think about it as insulin gets created in the pancreas. What's going to happen is goes into the bloodstream, goes to the working muscles pretty much, and then what's going to happen there is it's pretty much you've got to think about like the muscles opening up a gate to allow like amino acids, creatine, glucose all into the muscles, which triggers a hypertrophic response. So the EAAs are in there for protein muscle synthesis, which then further promotes muscle growth. That's the idea. It's also to help fuel me during the workout. Whether I've got 25 grams carbs in there, 15 grams carbs in there, it's not too much of a stress. As long as we've got something in there for that response, to elicit that response. You know, and it's something minor that, you know, it could, you know, make it great for me in the long run. Could not really do as much, but it's better to have it in there than not have it in there. I don't really miss these 25 carbs from food, so I'm not too stressed. But that's the idea behind the intra-workout carbs and the intra-workout EAAs. Next exercise is going to be the pronated row on the hammer strength here, and then we'll go into it from there. All right, so top set here on the hammer strength pronated row. This is probably my prioritized back movement at the moment on this pull session. Few cues to think is rowing high. You want to pull the elbows nice and high, utilizing lats and upper back. Traps a little bit as well. It's nothing too crazy if you do have to utilize the traps there. Nice. I bet he's going to come back as well. He'll come back through the watch. I want to keep the chest high when we're chest supported. I like to find a position where I'm sort of half sitting, half standing when I'm on here. So we'll jump into the set. Got about 45. Keeping the chest high, rowing high, utilising the upper back, and yeah, we'll jump into the set. I love how that like fucked up my whole talking, but it's funny and I'm keeping it in. Ooh, let's go. Couldn't pull back as far towards the end there.
27 hearts beat.
Ass has to have fucking no fat on it, pretty much. Let's get that up there. All right, so it's gonna annoy the fuck out of me. All right, so session wrapped up. Great pool session. Just finished off 25 minutes on the Stairmaster. Usually I don't do cardio on Tuesdays, but because I do have the afternoon off, I know I'm not going to be standing around doing PT and stuff like that all night. So I thought I could probably afford to get away with 25 minutes. Pretty much today, once I hit my 10K steps, I'll stop moving about. There's no real point to exceed it, really. I'm trying to do the bare minimum to focus a lot more on recovery and, you know, not get as much fatigue on the body. So I thought the 25 minutes Stairmaster post-workout would be fine, and then just hit 10K steps and we should be sweet for the day. So we'll head home, we'll get into our post-workout feed. Absolute perler of a day, but pretty much why I'm jumping on quickly, I did realise on the way home that I need to go to the grocery store, so picked up some more oats because I ran out of oats. Coconut water for Intra. Gatorade for Intra. I thought I'd go with a combo, maybe get a little bit of extra potassium from this just while I am in so much of a deficit. So I thought I'd run the two together, 24 carbs, 12 and 12, see how we go from there. But yeah, I promise this time the next thing you see will be me eating. So yeah, jump into it. I love saying that, don't I? We'll jump into it. Let's jump into it. All right, so post-workout feed here. 100 grams uncooked rice, 150 grams raw weight chicken breast, and just a couple handfuls of spinach and rocket. Macros obviously here, popping up. Great post-workout feed, really easy digesting. The only reason I've put the rocket and spinach in there is just I like the taste. It's not even for a volume thing. I sort of enjoy it post-workout. There are some articles that say a lot of fiber post-workout can slow down the absorption and uptake of protein, carbs, whatever. But like, there's not enough solid evidence for it. So I'm not really stressed. I'm going to do it anyway. Makes it taste nicer. Gets a little bit in. But what we're going to do is eat this and then probably have a little bit of a gap in between. I might chill out, do some more work on the computer, and then I think I've got to have a shake still, just 25 grams away. Then I got a beef mince meal, and then I got pork mince meal, and then I got oats later on. Oats I'll probably have after we get into the infrared sauna. But yeah, I guess we'll see you in a bit. All right, so welcome back to Cooking with James. Another air fry meal, nice and simple. We'll go through it in a sec. So it's going to be Brussels sprouts, 150 grams, and then 150 grams of extra lean pork mince, which is the 5% fat pork mince. People always ask me why I go pork mince. By the way, macros are all up there for this meal. People always ask me why I go pork mince. The only reason I go pork mince is because its macronutrients are the same as 5% beef mince. Micronutrients are pretty much the same as 5% pork mince, and it's about $3 to $4 cheaper, and it tastes just as good. I find it actually tastes better than the beef mince. But what we'll do is pretty much I buy frozen Brussels sprouts just because it's easier. pop them in the microwave for about 2 minutes so they defrost. Then I'll chuck them in the air fryer with the beef mince for about 10 minutes. Pork mince. I keep saying beef mince. For about 10 minutes, all cooks up. Just salt and pepper seasoning, to be honest with you. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll show you once I've put it all into the air fryer basket here.
So folks, here we have it. Very simple. 150 grams and 150 grams. We'll pop that in the air fryer for about 10 minutes. And I'll see you at the next meal.
Okay, so just arrived. Let me just set that up there. So just arrived here at the clinic salon that I'm getting the infrared sauna at. So pretty much I just wanted to sit here and first say that on the way here I had 25 grams of whey isolate. So pretty much the only reason I did that is just for a protein muscle synthesis response. I try to have a meal or at least 20 grams plus of protein because that is the sweet spot. Every poor 2.5 to 3 hours, just depends on the day, depends how busy I am, etc. But we've just gotten here, so pretty much the whole point of this is this place has it's more from the skin aspect side of things, really good for the skin, really good for the clearing of the skin. But for me today, I am more here from a sleep aspect. Infrared saunas are really good in helping with sleep. It's also good for muscle soreness, and it's also good for joint inflammation. So it's really good at reducing inflammation around the joints. So I'm really hoping that this will help with that. Probably going to get in there for about 20 minutes. We are actually booked in for I think 45, but we'll probably only use it for about 20. Go home, have a shower, get my final meal in, and then we will probably meal prep for tomorrow and then wrap up the video from there. So either the next clip will be in the infrared sauna or at home. So see you in a bit. Alright, so infrared sauna done. Felt really good. I guess it wasn't too bad. Like I thought it was going to sweat a lot more like a normal sauna, but I didn't, I guess. But felt alright. I'm hoping I wake up tomorrow and I reap the benefits from it tomorrow, so we'll just have to wait and see on that. But in other news, last meal of the day, we got oats. So it's 80 grams oats, 200 grams of frozen blueberries, and then 25 grams of whey isolate. So normally what I do is I cook it, chuck it in the freezer for a bit so it goes a little bit room temperature, because I feel like it comes out a little bit nicer at room temperature, to be honest with you. But all the macros of it will be here for this final meal. And then I've got a meal prep for tomorrow, so I'll cook my pre and post workout meals tonight for tomorrow. And then we'll wrap up the video from there. Yo. So I'm doing my meal prep for tomorrow. So pretty much every night, usually just before I go to bed, I'll set this up, just because as I get ready for bed and all that jazz, it sort of just sits in the air fryer, rice sits in the microwave, and it gets all done. So first thing I'm going to start off with is obviously my seasonings. So in here, fuck my life, I already put it away. First thing that I put in is this, so it's the mixed herbs. Second thing that I put in is about 2 grams of this chicken powder, game changer, absolute game changer for all seasonings. And then I bought this bougie spice from the South Melbourne market. So it's called fish spice. So it's pretty much sea salt, onion, garlic, basil, ginger, oregano, coriander, thyme, turmeric, marjoram, paprika, fennel, and chili. This was easily my favourite, and I'd go back and buy like a jar and I'd eat this by the spoonful. It's that good. So if you're ever in the South Melbourne market, I think the place is called, I'm not even going to try and pronounce what the place is called, Gerwer's House, Geurzehaus. Assuming it's German, but fish spice, goated, good on chicken as well. So because there is a little bit of sea salt in that, I'll still add my own sea salt, but I just add a little bit less. I can't really gauge how much sea salt's actually in it. So 2 grams of sea salt per meal. I'm making 2 meals here, which would be normally 4, so I'll probably only put 3 grams of sea salt in here. So I've got the micro scales out. 2, 3. Beautiful. And then I got my heart salt. I already spoke about this today in the video. And this is 1 gram per meal, so I'll put 2 grams in here. 2, beautiful. So that's that. Give this a mix, back of my spoon, so it's well incorporated. So once that's in, I'll get my chicken. Sriracha, probably do, not a lot really, do like that. Oil spray. And then I probably went a little bit overkill with the amount of fish spice here. The only reason is because I just wanted to empty the packet, because I probably would have used enough for 1 serve and then it would have been not enough for a whole serve, and I just want to get rid of it. So give this a mix. The tip when you're prepping, dieting, whatever, hot sauces, barely any calories, can get them in. But what we're going to do is now I'm going to chuck this in the air fryer, 15 minutes, and then I'll do my rice in the microwave, and then that's pretty much meal done. And that wraps up the video pretty much. So if you enjoyed the video, obviously give it a like. I've got more content coming out where possible. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, give me a like, let me know what I can do to change it, comment, do all that jazz. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.